I've tried everything, from eating nothing to eating nothing but watermelon. That sugar rush had me soaring through dreamland like a magical unicorn on a mission to slim down. I'm not kidding. Another time, I tried a cayenne pepper drink for 15 days, and woo, I thought I was losing my mind. One minute I'm strolling down the street, the next I am seeing beams of light and hearing strange voices. Talk about a trip. Thankfully, those days of trying the latest diet trends are far behind me. All they did was make me feel crazy. So I'm here to tell everybody there is a way to burn fat without the nonsense, without bouncing off the walls, and without missing out on the food we love. I am Sherri Shepherd, and in just a few moments, I'm sharing my personal journey and the scientific breakthrough that has completely transformed my health. It's so simple. You'll be wondering why nobody ever told you about this before. Well, here's your chance to find out in this little video I put together.
I want to start by showing you this shoe. Yes, this shoe. And I know you are probably thinking, okay, well, Sherri, that's a nice shoe. We know you rock your stilettos. You know, you've heard the phrase, the higher the heel, the closer to God. So what about the shoe? Well, in a few minutes, I am going to tell you how this shoe became the secret to not only my weight loss, but my entire body transformation. And I mean it, head to toe health. My mind, my body, my spirit, everything got renewed. And I'm going to let you in on this little secret of mine that made it all happen. And I'm not playing. I credit this shoe right here for helping me lose 30 pounds. Yes, this shoe. Boost my metabolism and curb my crazy sugar cravings. Now I'm talking about a complete body and health makeover from top to bottom. And speaking of bottoms, I got to brag a little bit. Check out how great this booty looks. Right here. Okay, now, while I appreciate your love, this really is about you. And you need to know that there's a hidden problem that is affecting you right now, whether you realize it or not. And it makes it very hard for anyone to lose weight, for anyone to reclaim that energy that we used to have when we were younger. You remember when you were young, you had so much energy. Now you're just tired. All of it just tired. And get this, people that you trust may be making that problem worse. Now, I promise this. I promise if you stick with me, I'm going to help you identify exactly who those people are and help you deal with the problem. And I know you might be like, well, that's my husband. That I can't help you with. But in fact, I am going to show you how to revolutionize the way you look and the way you feel. And more than just burn fat, I am going to show you how to incinerate the fat that has been slowing you down and get your life back where you want it to be. No gimmicky diets, no surgery, no medication. But first, I just have to be real for a minute. I know I don't normally talk about deeply personal and painful parts of my life in public because Lord knows I just prefer to stand up here and just make you laugh. That's what I do. And so I appreciate that God gave me a gift to help make people feel better through laughter. So I'm just going to share some of my struggles so y'all won't have to feel the way that I did. I'm very, very grateful to be able to give you the key that unlocked a door that I have been trying to open for years. The one thing that transformed me. And I believe that when you get healthy, you just feel more vibrant. You feel more alive. I used to spend hours getting dressed. You know, when you have to comb through your closet and try to find anything that's not too tight, too uncomfortable. It takes you long hours just so you can look like you just threw it on and be cute. It took me forever. And now I'm so excited because my clothes fit and my confidence, it is on fire. Now, you may think that you've tried and seen it all when it comes to diet and exercise, because I know that I sure did. Yet I can practically guarantee you have never seen anything like this before. And it works for anybody, especially women who have passed major milestone birthdays like me. I feel better in my 50s than I did in my 30s. Now remember, I'm about to reveal the surprisingly simple way you can make this kind of change in your life too. Let me get a show of hands here to answer a few questions. Who is ready to improve their health? Oh, everybody. Everybody. Okay, now I'm talking about more than weight loss. More than weight loss. I'm talking about top to bottom improvements. Okay? Top to improvements. Who here wants more energy? Yes, absolutely. Now, does anybody want that glowing skin that you had back in your 20s? Yes. I want this skin that when they say, oh, it feels like a baby's bottom. I want to know what a baby's booty feels like on my skin. And I promise, it is possible. But I have to get serious with you about how my life used to be. And I have to share a difficult story. So you have to forgive me because when I talk about it, sometimes I get a little bit emotional. But I am sharing because I believe that what happened to me was a wake-up call. It saved my life. Because you see, I was not always the confident talk show host and stand-up comic that you see today. I didn't always wear these good wigs because I was struggling. And when I say I struggled, I really struggled. Okay, so here goes. It was a sunny day in 2007. It was about a week before I started The View. And my whole life was changing. I was crazy busy and also due for my annual physical. And so, look, I thought I was prepared. So many doctors had told me that my blood sugar was high and that I should change my diet. I heard it before. And I just remember asking one of those doctors, look, doctor, am I going to die? And the doctor said no. So I took that as a permission slip to eat what I wanted to eat. And I continued to eat everything because I love to eat. I ate pizza, I ate cookies, French fries, ice cream, everything you can think of, I ate it. And if I didn't feel good, if I bombed on stage, I would eat because that was my comfort. If I killed on stage, if I felt great, I still ate. I remember feeling like my life was just a roller coaster ride. It was a recent divorce I was going through, moving from LA to New York, starting my dream job. I just ate.
So all this stuff was happening, and I remember going to the doctor, and she said to me, she said, Sherri, do you like wearing heels? And I love wearing stiletto heels. 5 inches higher or higher were great with me. And I said, I love them. And she said, well, you're not gonna have a foot, so you won't be able to wear those heels. I mean, just tough love, tough love. And I was like, what do you mean I won't have a foot? And she said, because you're not taking care of yourself. And my blood sugar was over 400. And I was really numb. I couldn't really hear anything else that she said. And then it took me back to my mom. My mama was 41 when she passed away. It was pretty devastating because she had been sick. The last time she was in the hospital, she was in there and they were talking about amputating her toe. And then the doctor said to us, once we start with the toe, we're gonna have to continue. So I walked out of the office. I immediately went to a pancake house. I ate all you could eat pancakes, dripping with butter and syrup, strawberry syrup and maple syrup, all kinds of, I had sausage and a side of bacon. And that's what I ate. And then I literally was in denial that day.
So I was doing what I had done my whole life. I was eating food to drown out the fear. I know that I was slowly killing myself with unhealthy choices. And I knew that I needed to change. So maybe you can relate to that feeling and you know that you need to make a change too. So it was still one more thing that had to happen before I really got it.
I remember because my blood sugar was so high that my head, I nodded, and I had this very vivid dream of Jeffrey, my son, who was probably about 2 at the time. At 5 years old, he was holding a teddy bear, and he was in the dark and he was crying. He was trying to figure out where heaven was because that's where everybody said his mama was. And that dream snapped me, like literally my head came up, and everything just changed for me. That picture of him crying, going, they said, Mama's in heaven, and where is she? And where is heaven? And he was just in darkness, and he just had a teddy bear. Snapped me out of everything.
At that very moment, I made a vow. I made a vow that I would do whatever it takes to be healthy for my son, Jeffrey. And if you're anything like me, if you're a parent, if you're a daughter, if you are a friend, a sibling, if there's somebody in your life that you love, you know how heartbreaking it is to even think of them hurting. And what I could not bear was the thought of Jeffrey being in pain. Because if anybody knows me, they know that my son is my everything. So I needed to be a good role model so he wouldn't one day follow in the same footsteps. Now, I immediately started my research because I had to become my own expert. I read it all. I read the books, I read the articles, I read the blogs. I talked to scientists, nutritionists, doctors, or at least they said that's what they said there was on Bumble. But in doing so, I discovered something that really helped change everything for me. I mean, look, y'all, I'm not any different from you. You just see me up here on stage, but I am the same. Like so many of us, I felt defeated for years. I felt like I would never find the way to get my health back, that I would never get my body back. And my wake-up call helped me to stumble on this one thing that works for just about anyone I've ever shared it with, every single time. And I'm going to share it with you now. I am going to clue you in. I'm going to tell you what allows folks like us to live a life with less exhaustion, bloating, cravings, or weight gain, all without feeling starved or deprived of the foods that we love. Now, what would that look like for you? How about you?
Okay, I'm a new grandma. I have a granddaughter who is 5 months old. I want to have the energy to be able to play with her. I want to play with her on the floor, and I want to be able to get up safely and get up safely with her without falling on top of her.
You know we're of a certain age when you use the word safely more than 3 times. No, I understand. It's like you want to be able to be here to play with your children, to play with your grandchildren. Now look, I lost 30 pounds. And I have the energy. Thank you. It feels good because I got the energy. I think I got the energy of a teenager on spring break. I have energy. I'm running around. I'm doing a lot of stuff. And I feel like how I used to feel when I was back in my 30s. Now, I not only changed my body, I changed my spirit. I changed my soul, all of it. I became more confident. I became stronger. And I am going to give you what you need to feel the same. All right? Sound good? So first, I'm going to tell you about the real problem that I mentioned earlier, because this is the sneaky devil right here. The real reason why I was gaining so much weight, it's why I was losing energy in the first place. And I think that may be probably what's causing your problems too. It begins with the fact that you have been lied to for years. And I don't like to say that. I don't like the word lie because it sounds bad. But here's the truth. The saying that doctors always know best, that's not always true. Now, I say this with all due respect because doctors are awesome. They save so many people's lives. I'm not trying to tell you not to listen to your doctor. But did you know that when it comes to nutrition, doctors hardly have any training in how food affects our health? And food is so instrumental to our health. In fact, I didn't even know this. Less than 20% of medical schools require courses in nutrition. None. That probably surprised you, right? Yes. Well, it sure rocked me. I mean, we have all heard, what's that saying? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Because it sounds like it's common sense. Good nutrition helps prevent disease. Yet the very people that are in charge of health are not often studying what we're eating every day. That's why so many of us are struggling with increased weight and low energy, because food is our fuel, and we turn to it when we need it. And even when we don't need it, we turn to food. Listen, that's not all your fault. I'm going to repeat that because I want to make sure you hear it. It is not your fault. I mean, when you've been misled for a long time, you need to take a look at who's confusing you. And that's what I had to do. And you know who I questioned? I questioned the food industry for all of the confusing messaging on the packaged food, the pills and the powders. I mean, with all of the stuff that they put on the labels, it's enough to boggle anybody. It confused me for years. Now, for me personally, when I first decided to get healthy, I rushed out. I bought all the sugar-free chocolate bars, the sugar-free puddings, the sugar-free crackers, sugar-free candy, no sugar. It tastes great. That's what the label said. So I felt like, let me get my sugar-free treats and feel good. But what the label didn't mention is that no sugar often means yes of something else that is replacing it. And whatever that something else was, it made me feel worse than a blood sugar spike. I was sick to my stomach all the time. So if you are one of the many millions who, like me, haven't studied this stuff, then you got to make the decision right now. Right now. It is time for us all to face the truth. I don't want you to go down a path that is going to affect your health in a bad way, because it would be terrible for you, terrible for your loved ones. And remember, if you're anything like me, you have other people looking at you as a role model. Maybe it's your children, maybe it's your grandchildren, and you don't want any of them to face these kinds of struggles. We really want to be a beacon of hope for those people who love us. So, I am here to help you take that action today. All right. Because you are worth it. You just are. So not only are you worth it, your health is worth it. Your loved ones are worth it. They are worth it. I want to hear you. Are your loved ones worth it? Are your grandkids worth it? Your children worth it? So right now, I'm ready. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Are you with me? Yes. Oh, God. And I know that some of that is just really hard to hear, but it's tough love. And sometimes we need that tough love because it's tough, but it is from a place of love. I mean, listen, I had to be tough with myself because I wanted to find the body and the heart and the soul and the health that I had lost. That's when I doubled down on finding a better way. That's how I discovered the one thing that changed everything for me. Now, before I tell you what this one thing is, there are 3 tips that I want to give you that truly helped me a lot. And I think that this would help you too. So, one of them is identifying the sneaky devil that I like to call invisible sugar. Yeah, invisible sugar. And that sounds a little bit scary because it's invisible, but it attacks you. You don't never know where it's coming from because these sugars, they hide in plain sight. Now, unless you know what to look for, you will never know that they're there just by reading the food label. So I want you to meet someone who knows all about invisible sugar. Dr. Kumkum Patel, a gastroenterologist who has helped thousands find better health. She is right here in the audience. Hey! Hi, Dr. Patel.
Hello.
So, Dr. Patel, you have got to answer this question. What is this invisible sugar?
So, Sherri, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Invisible sugars are just that, invisible. You look at packaging, you look at the labels, and you can't figure out if there's sugar in there. Half the time it says palm sugar, coconut sugar, and the most dangerous form, in my opinion, is the one that's called fructose. Okay? And you might be thinking, well, why? Why fructose? That is a sneaky devil. It'll actually make you feel more hungry. It doesn't actually cause the release of the hormone in our body that helps us feel full. So guess what? You're going to be eating more foods. You're going to eat more calories. Okay? And the other bad thing that fructose does, it actually increases the absorption of calories by increasing the surface area of our gut. Now you're more hungry. Now you're eating more food, ingesting more calories, and absorbing more calories. So all in all, you've eaten this one food, and now you've gained a lot more weight that's leading to obesity.
Oh, man. Okay. It's leading to obesity and all kinds of problems. It just affects everything in our body, from the mental to everything inside.
Everything.
Okay, let's play a quick game to find the invisible sugars in your food. I'm going to call this Sherri Sugar Shock. This is simple. I'm going to give you 2 foods, and I need you to identify which has more sugar. Okay, are you ready? Yes. Okay, y'all like, what kind of game is this? All right, chocolate bar or dried cranberries? Which has more sugar? Just shout it out. Who said the chocolate bar? Okay. Clap if you said the dried cranberries. Okay. All right. Very good. The answer is dried cranberries. A cup of sweetened dried cranberries boasts a whopping 116 grams of sugar. And that is about as much as 5 milk chocolate bars. Wow. Now let's try another one. Blackberries or grapes? Which has more sugar? Grapes. Everybody agrees it was grapes. The answer is goodbye grapes. Grapes have over 17 grams of sugar per serving, almost 4 times as much as blackberries. So I have been shook by the sugar in grapes. I love grapes. And who eats 3 grapes? They come on a bunch. It's called a bunch for a reason. And I would eat a bunch of grapes and couldn't figure out why I was feeling so dizzy and woozy and sleepy and irritable. Yeah. So, Dr. Patel, I got another question for you.
Yes.
Okay, you have to explain, why would sugar make me woozy and irritable? Like, how does the food we eat affect our blood sugar?
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Blood sugar and insulin. So let's learn a little bit about it, okay? So whenever you eat foods that have carbohydrates, like sugars, okay, those carbohydrates get broken down into simple sugar and it goes into your bloodstream. Okay, that raises your blood sugar levels. So our body has something called the pancreas, and that releases insulin to help lower that blood sugar. So of course, insulin helps to transport that sugar into your liver, into your muscles, and helps store it for later. Okay, and so whatever you don't use gets stored. The problem now, insulin's got some issues too. Insulin actually prevents fat breakdown. So you've got high levels of sugar coming in, you've got high levels of insulin to follow, and now that's going to prevent fat breakdown. The other problem with insulin is the fact that it actually starts to convert sugars into fat and then stores that as well. So you've got a double whammy, right? You've got a lot of fat that's going into cells, and now all that sugar that you've been eating is now getting converted to fat and going into your cells.
Wow. Okay. Now, I know you're listening to this and you're like, okay, then what am I supposed to do? Do I got to give up everything that has sugar in it? That is not what I'm telling you. I'm not here to tell you to give up sugar completely. I've tried that. I've gone sugar-free, and it's just not sustainable. So I found a much better way than giving up everything sweet that I love to eat. In fact, I discovered it was really about adding something instead of taking something away. Now, you remember when I said I became my own health expert? Well, I did that by meeting with some of the smartest minds in the country, like a Harvard-trained scientist who studies ingredients for natural solutions. Also, he's not just smart. I mean, well, you gotta wait till you see him. Because if I'm gonna study with a Harvard-trained scientist, you better look good. So, I would like to welcome Mr. John Lyon.
Hey, good to see you.
Good.
Because that's what you can do with Harvard-trained scientists. Sit down.
Thank you.
I did not know. Look, I would have been over at the Harvard football games if I knew they looked like you. Good grief. So, sugar, John. Can we talk about sugar? Can we talk about my sugar cravings and how do we get rid of those sugar cravings?
Let's talk about it. The thing is, even when you reduce sugar, you can still have strong cravings. But there's something that can help, and it's protein. High-quality protein can help in a few ways. It helps you feel full, so you'll eat less and be less likely to crave sweets. One of the reasons that hunger happens is because your blood sugar drops when it's time to eat. And so with that comes the release of cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And protein can actually hinder hunger by suppressing hunger without spiking your blood sugar. And then protein also helps with the production of neurotransmitters that help regulate your appetite and mood. So when you eat foods with high-quality protein, they support the production of dopamine and serotonin, and these may help with your cravings and reduce your desire for sugar.
Dopamine and serotonin. That sounds like my cousin's names. Okay. They're going to kill me. Dopamine, I've heard of that, dopamine and serotonin.
That's it.
But is that why the dietitians say pack on the protein? Okay.
Exactly it.
All right, so my next tip that I learned that helps you not only burn fat, it helps you tone and shape the sexy muscles that we all love. Now it's all about the curves. It's all about the curves. Like if you like me, I didn't want to exercise at all. I didn't, because I didn't feel good at all. And I didn't have the energy to go exercise. I felt self-conscious being at the gym. So I had to start with the baby steps that led to the even bigger steps. So for now, all I'm encouraging you to do is just simple little fat burning movements. So one thing we can do that is so good and something that I love, walking is something that really, and it's not like you got to walk 5 miles. Just walking, if you have a dog or your kids, just walking is so great. And John, I want you to tell them about the 5-minute plan.
So just 5 minutes of walking throughout the day, just here and there, that's it. That alone can help improve your mood, boost your energy, and reduce your feelings of fatigue throughout the day. So just every hour, just try to get up and take a few steps. And check this out. You can burn almost a pound of extra fat just by these little walks throughout the day every single month.
Now, we can do that, right? Now, if you want to take it up a notch, Dr. Patel, can we talk about muscles for a second? What happens to our muscles as we age, and what can we do about it?
Muscles are some of the most important organs in the body because they're helping to uptake that blood sugar and take it out of our bloodstream, right? So the more muscles you've got, the more ability you have to lower your blood sugar and get it out of that bloodstream. So as we get older, we start to lose a lot of our muscle mass, actually 8% every decade, starting at age 40. Okay, so what you want to do is to help improve that insulin uptake of that blood sugar by increasing your muscle mass. So in addition to that 5 minutes of walking, you can do 5 minutes of squats. Forget 5 minutes, you can just do 30 seconds. All you need is to be able to start getting those big muscles moving. When you're watching a commercial, take that 30-second commercial to do some big squats, helping move those muscles. So the more muscle you can build, the easier time you're gonna have getting that blood sugar out of your bloodstream.
I love it with the simple things, just the basic simple things of how to develop muscles. Any of you that got grandbabies like you, lift that grandbaby up.
That's right.
You gotta lift that grandbaby up, swing them around, that kind of thing. They love that. They're having fun, you're having fun. You may be a little dizzy, but swing them around. Now, John, my next question. If we wanna move better and burn fat faster, are there any special nutrients that we should be eating?
So I love the double G's.
Wait, the double who?
The double G's.
The double G's.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I know you ain't saying that because I'm sitting here.
No.
I don't know if that's my filter. I ain't never heard no Harvard scientist say the double G's. The first time.
No, that's not what I mean at all. So, not at all. The double G's I'm talking about are glutamine and glycine. These are essential amino acids that your body needs. See, glycine helps the body process sugar so that it can be turned into energy. And then glutamine is critical in energy metabolism regulation. So hand in hand, these two amino acids may work together to help burn fat and preserve muscle. Plus, glycine has the added benefit of helping you sleep better. And better sleep means more energy. And then a bonus benefit on top of all of that, the double G's are essential building blocks of collagen, which you may have heard of is helpful for smooth hair and skin.
Okay, I like that. You talking the double G language, and I got it. So I can support the double G's. Now, I want to get to my favorite tip. And this is if you really want to kick up the weight loss. And it worked great for me. Believe it or not, I skipped the one meal that everybody tells you should be eating. Y'all know what that is? That breakfast. That's it. I just started eating at about 1 p.m. and I stopped eating about 9 p.m. That's all. And it really made a big difference for me. Now, the technical term is intermittent fasting. So, John, can you explain what intermittent fasting is, just in case some folks in the audience don't know?
Would love to. So, intermittent fasting, or just IF for short, means that you just simply don't eat for a period of time. So that could be a daily time restriction, for example, that 8-hour eating window, where maybe you'd skip breakfast and you'd have your first meal around noon, maybe finish by 8 p.m. Or it could be something like a 5-2 plan, where you have a normal diet 5 days a week, and then you fast 2 days. I like to think of fasting being like a car with gas. So every time you fill your car up with gas, the car has gas to use. But when the tank is empty, the car is running on fumes. So similarly, when we eat, our body has all of that food to use for energy. And when we fast, the body has to run on something, so it turns to our stored fat. On top of that, studies show that intermittent fasting can promote healthy blood sugar and insulin levels. And IF helps regulate energy and metabolism. And we all know that metabolism is key for losing weight.
Okay, this is really good. Now, you want to know the best part? Listen to this, because it's really important for people who are afraid of feeling hungry during those fasting periods. I think that's a lot of reason when people say, the intermittent fast, I can't eat. That's a long time. But, eat till 1 o'clock. Oh my gosh. And so with John's help, I found a way to eat while I am fasting. So I'm going to say that one more time. There's a way that you can actually eat while you're fasting. So is that something that you want to know more about? Okay. All right. So I know you're wondering, well, how can I eat and fast at the same time? Well, this is the moment. John helped me find a super simple way to get high quality protein and those double G's, all in one delicious food that can supercharge my diet plan. I'm talking about Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth. I am a huge fan of bone broth, and now it's gotten even better. When I first heard about bone broth, I'm serious. I was like, is it bones in the broth? Like, what is this bone broth? What am I drinking? Let me tell you, bone broth is made by slowly simmering chicken, beef, or fish bones for hours and hours, so that all of that collagen and the goodness comes out. And I love the bone broth because it helps smooth my skin. Now, y'all may not think so, but John, I know I look like Beyonce. That's what I thought. As soon as you walked over here, I saw in your eyes, you were like, damn, is it Beyonce? But taking the bone broth, literally, it strengthens my hair. And I know you're going, but Sherri, you wear wigs. But underneath, my hair is so healthy because I wouldn't be able to wear wigs if I didn't have healthy hair. And it also helps flatten my tummy. And we know that's the thing we were just talking about. I know it's from the bone broth. And it gives me, oh my gosh, the energy that I thought I had lost forever. I get so much energy. So I say, sign me up. And Dr. Kellyanne makes the best. Woo! Let me tell you about Dr. Kellyanne. She's a bona fide boss when it comes to bone broth.
It's almost like you've cracked the code, right?
There's studies that are done that show you'll eat 20% less calories all day long.
You see this?
Yeah.
What this is your intestines. It's this long. So can you see how food can get stuck through this long tube? You want foods that cleanse you, that don't clog you.
She's an experienced nutritionist and gut health guru who has transformed so many lives, including mine. Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth blends the perfect amount of premium protein with those amino acid double G's to deliver a drink that supports total body wellness. That is what Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth did for me. I was able to get my body back, get my health back, and no, I didn't track any of my calories. I didn't write anything down. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. I didn't even have to cut out the foods that I really enjoy eating. I enjoy it without any sort of guilt. It's real. It's sustainable. It is nourishing with all natural ingredients. And with extra tummy love to support the gut, shrink the bloat, and burn fat in a safe way. It's no magic required. I'm gonna put this on my Bumble profile. My gut health is perfect. And let's see if I don't get a bunch of swipe rights. Now, drinking 2 cups of Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth as part of my daily routine has been a real game changer. It's so simple to make. I barely even think about it. Now, if I can boil water, you better believe so can you. It is so delicious, so filling, and it's so rewarding. Now, remember, you can drink Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth while you're fasting and still get the same results. Yes, I drink it during my fast. So Dr. Kellyanne explained that it helps rev up my metabolism, and it actually allows my body time to refresh, restore, and rejuvenate its cells. That's so sciencey. It's just sciencey. I love being able to say that. Rejuvenates my cells. But let me tell you, it is really, really amazing. I feel stronger. I feel slimmer.
and I wake up ready to take on the world, and that is a fact. So I don't know about you, but in this season of my life, I am learning all new things about myself that I have never known. It's amazing as you get older, you get knowledge, you start accepting yourself more, and I believe that's where the confidence comes from. And these days, I am committed to drinking my bone broth and exercising. I used to dread the thought of exercising. I just thought that exercising was for me, that I wasn't that person. But that wasn't it at all. My body just did not have the nutrients that I needed for that all-day energy. And now that it does, I just feel like I have to move. And I bet that you're gonna feel the same way too. The same thing that goes with eating well-balanced meals. See, bone broth really, really changed my cravings. Now, I want to eat more healthy foods. I get up at 4:45 every morning and I don't hit the snooze button. I know, girl, you like 4:45. But I have all of this energy. I jump up because I am excited about how great I finally feel. So the old Sherri would have been shocked to see these changes in herself. But the new Sherri is very proud of her transformation. I am. I really am. And I'm not the only one who feels better.
As the pounds came off, my personality changed. It got back to when I was younger and I was vibrant and I was happy. And I'm that person again.
I have been on every diet that's out there, everything to try and lose weight. This is the only thing that I have ever found that was super easy to do.
Not only did the weight reduce, but as you see, the skin has brightened up and cleared up. It changed my life. It changed my health.
Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth is different from the others. I know this because I have tasted them all. Dr. Kellyanne is big on flavor, yet low in calories and the sodium. And a major must-have for me, there's also no fat and there's no sugar in it. In my opinion, this is the most well-rounded bone broth out there because it's filled to the brim with so many body-boosting ingredients. Wait a minute, oh wait. The people need to know what it actually tastes like, right? Okay, there are so many options to choose from. There's rosemary thyme, which is unbelievably rich and aromatic. And then there's French onion from when you're craving something savory and indulgent. Or if you're a classic comfort food kind of person, come on y'all, let's raise our hands. I'm comfort food, are y'all comfort food? That's what I thought. Then you just go with the home style.
This is the Thai lemongrass. This is your jam.
Oh, I love this. I love
your
this
packet.
Thai lemongrass. It's so hard to pick a favorite. But for me, the Thai lemongrass, I just want to keep drinking it. I love Thai lemongrass. It's my morning tea. And I love it. It's so savory and it's so filling. And I drink it, in the morning, I drink it at night, and I drink it in the afternoon.
It's like a nice warm chicken noodle soup.
I love the taste. It was absolutely delicious. And I was so surprised because it's filling. It satisfied my cravings. I wasn't craving sweets.
It reminds me of some type of soup I used to drink when I was a kid.
Trust me, gluten and guilt-free never tasted so good. I am obsessed. Normally, a bundle of Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth retails for around $400. Okay, yes, I know. Which is why today, Dr. Kellyanne has something much better in store for everyone. And it's awesome if you really want an easy way to slim down, feel better, and have more youthful looking skin.
The inches falling off is just incredible, and the energy level is off the charts.
3 weeks into it, you can absolutely see it in my face and in my body, and you feel it.
So whatever challenges you are facing, I promise you'll find the help you need in what Dr. Kellyanne has put together. And it all starts with a free gift, okay? Woo, because we like free, love free. So instantly with your purchase, Dr. Kellyanne is giving you an exclusive digital link to 44 of her how-to videos with a bunch of recipes and simple tips to maximize results. She's even showing y'all how to whip up something delicious. Lord, this bonus alone makes my life so much easier. And it makes my son's life easier because he loves it when I cook, which I don't do often. Usually this kind of access is purchased separately for $97, but really, for real, we all need this. So Dr. Kellyanne has made it free with any purchase. And with a total value now of almost $500, when you order the best value option of Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth right now, you're not gonna pay anywhere close to $500. You're gonna get a VIP Super Sherri deal that you won't find anywhere else. So no, it's not $400, it's not $300, or even $200. It's over half off, people, and now we're talking. 2 cups a day of Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth for 21 days is now available for only $178. That's 6 boxes with 42 nutritious drinks, plus access to Dr. Kellyanne's entire video library for only $178. Now don't stress. If you're feeling unsure, it's all good. Dr. Kellyanne got us covered with a couple of options. She's got a 14-day bundle. It's 4 boxes of bone broth or 28 packets for just $119. There's also a 7-day bundle, which includes 2 boxes of bone broth for only $60. So listen, when you break it down, this cup of bone broth is gonna cost less than a cup of fancy coffee that you get at the coffee shop. And the benefits are so much greater. You're gonna be amazed at what just 1 week of bone broth can do for the body. Now for me, it's like the perfect little reset that leaves my gut feeling better than ever. Now I wanna share with you again something that I've discovered along my journey. Not all bone broths are created equal. After years of research, Dr. Kellyanne, John, and their entire team of scientists have unlocked the secret to crafting the perfect bone broth. They're not scrimping on ingredients and using poor quality bones, or throwing in all that artificial bad stuff to try to mask the taste. Ain't that right, John? Where's my Harvard scientist at? Are you still here? Did I scare him when I said I look like Beyonce? Look, it's no surprise that Dr. Kellyanne stands by her products 100% and offers a 60-day satisfaction guarantee return policy because it's that good. But listen, if you decide that you just don't like boiling water, then her team will give you your money back. Give it back to you. So go ahead, click the next step button below to see just how easy and effective her bone broth can be.
I am down 55 pounds.
I had people at work call me skinny, and I haven't heard that word in years.
It makes you feel like you can live another 50 years, 100 years. It's life-changing.
Since I know you're ready to take your success to the next level, I've asked my girl DKA for one more special favor. Now, with any purchase today, she is throwing in another FREE free gift. All right? It is a step-by-step guide to your first 21 days. With 25 more recipes full of variety and flavor, this guide will empower you to ditch those pesky sugars just like I did. Now, also included in this guide are simple menus, a simple how-to for intermittent fasting, which is something that I really believe in. It has helped me tremendously. Even tips to help you save money at the grocery store. Now, Dr. Kellyanne has done all of the hard work for you. All you have to do is click the big next step button below to lock in this special offer. All right, I got this really crazy thing that I want you all to try with me. I just want you to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. I want you to imagine 7 days from today. Just close your eyes and picture it. This week has been different. This week, you've been drinking Dr. Kellyanne's bone broth. You notice how amazing you feel? It's the end of the week, and already you feel like you've balanced your tummy with the right foods. And you're starting to realize how exciting this is, just how easy it is. Okay, I want you to visualize feeling your waist. It already feels a little bit slimmer, doesn't it? All right? Now you've only had 14 cups of bone broth, and it is already feeling like you can just strut around and start taking charge of your life again.
All right, you're already recommending this to all of your friends. All right, I want you to keep your eyes closed, and now I want you to go a little further with me. Will you go a little further? Let's go 2 weeks from today. Your energy is bouncing off the walls. Your mental clarity is sharper than it has been in years. And you happen to walk by and you caught yourself in the reflection of a building, and it stopped you in your tracks. You had to look at yourself and go, Mommy! Come on, Poppy! Woo! Come on now, we have all done it. Trying to find that reflection in a solid surface to check ourselves out. You turn around, you're like, oh, looking good. And you're thinking, damn girl, Sherri was right. I'm looking pretty hot. You are glowing from the inside out. Now, I want to keep going, all right? So let's go to week 3 because y'all, this is just too much fun. I can't stop. We're going to go to 21 days, and I need you to picture it in your mind. There you are, standing there super confident, at work, at home, almost like a supermodel. Put that hip out. You love the way you look. You love the way you feel. The compliments are flying in from everywhere. People you know, people you don't know. And it's a pretty awesome feeling, isn't it? So just yesterday, you were shopping for clothes to fit your new slimmed down figure. And finally, shopping for yourself is fun again. Okay, now everybody do me a favor right now. Open up your eyes. Now I want you to remember how far you have come in the past 3 weeks. We are back here today because all of that starts right here. It starts right now. Friends, this is a brand new day. This is how you empower yourself to make a change. And I am proof that change is possible. And I know that this can happen for you. So let's make that happen right now together. I will be right here with you every step of the way. Click the next step button below to get started today. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining me and for being a part of this journey. And I want you to remember, run towards the thing that you fear because there are blessings on the other side of fear. And I will see you next time.